2, 1. Hi everyone, this is Christine Jossi of Mail Something Pretty, and today I wanted to show you how to make these really nice bookmarks. And I made them with these seahorses, and I put a little texture on the back, and the primary focus is we're going to use these soft pastels, which I think are a hidden gem in the catalog. So before we start, I just want to show you where they are, because I think they kind of get lost. All right, so this is the 2021-2022 annual catalog, and they are right here kind of sandwiched between the watercolor pencils, which are another hidden gem, and then the Stampin' Write markers, big pack. So they're right here, and they're only $9, and you're going to see that there's a whole bunch you can do with them, and they're not that expensive, and they'll last a really, really long time. So I think they're a great thing. So I keep wanting to call it, I'm going to say it out loud and then it's going to mess me up. I keep calling this seahorse a dragonfly. I don't know why, but the seahorse is part of the, it's called Seascape stamp set, and these dies. And so I have the dies here, and they're kind of cool. I'm going to show you. Oh, just realizing I forgot to cut my fish out, but that's all right, I'll just do it on camera. I'm going to show you two cool features of these dies, and then where I got inspired from, because sometimes people like to know where I get my ideas from. There we go. Hold on, I get the right page. Here we go. In the back of your catalog, they have all the die bundles together and with the different samples. I don't know if you know that, but this one is not in anywhere else in the catalog. So I actually took my bookmark idea right from here. And so they had colored the seahorse with the pastels and the fish. So this, you can kind of see the similarities. So that's where I got my idea from. All right, so let's get started here. I have my pieces kind of pre-assembled for the most part, or pre-prepped. So I already made my base, and I embossed it with that 3D, oh shoot, what's it called? The hammered metal. I think that's what it's called, hammered or hammered metal die, because I thought I just gave it a little texture, and I thought it kind of went nicely with the seahorse. And I already pre-cut my seahorse here. But you can see it's still kind of stuck in the paper, and that's done on purpose. So there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 points of attachment here, but they're easily cut with just a little paper snip here, this one here, and so you can take them up. But I kind of like the feature of him being in there, and then you have the background. So the fish works the same way. The goldfish here has a couple of points of attachment, so you can either leave him in or take her out. And then just for my measurements, this I did on shimmery white paper. You can use basic white also. I just like the shimmer, and I like to use shimmery white when I introduce water. So that is 2.5 by 5.25, and this is 3.25 by 6. So I did not write those down. All right. So this was actually a club project, and so we meet twice. We meet in the morning, and then different people meet in the evening, and then some people can't meet, so they watch videos. So this video is really for them, but I want everyone to be able to see it. I'm just taking out my little pieces here with my take your pick tool. I think I got them all. Okay, so the morning club didn't have the benefit of this trick. We figured it out at night, but I'm going to show you. So these are those soft pastels, and they're really cool. So I'm just going to pick these are the 3 colors I used. You can use any colors. You can see they've been used a whole bunch, and there's still a whole lot left. So as simple as coloring directly on the paper. So here's the little trick. I'm going to slide him under because I don't want there to be color on the back side. Now you could, and it could be a shadow. One person did that and it looked nice. But if you don't want the color, you just kind of slip your paper underneath a little bit, just if you need an edge. I want a little blue there. And same with the tail. And you can see I'm not coloring very carefully. Okay. So then I'm going to put some blue, just like a blue stripe down its back. And the color comes off really nice. You can press lightly or dark, but it really transfers really nicely. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little of this Bermuda Bay, and these are Stampin' Up! Colors. I'll tell you what they are in a second, if I can remember. All right, so it doesn't look so great, right? But we're going to make it look great. Oh, I left my eraser, shoot. I left my eraser downstairs. If you tend to get a little bit on there, a lot of times you can erase it. I just don't have a good eraser up here. Because you will get a little chalk on your fingers. You know, it is chalk, or pastel is chalk. So just know that. You might get a little on there. I'm just going to use that as my scrap underneath. Okay, so you can use, there's different ways you can blend these together. So for this seahorse, I am going to use alcohol, rubbing alcohol. You can use sponges, you can use your finger, you can use a blending pen, but I'm going to use my, this is the old one. These are the new versions, the water painters, and they have different tips. Take them off. There's two finer tips and then a nice brush tip, which works great when you want to do like stripes or big wash. But I'm just using my old one. This is called the Aqua Pen. It's the same thing, except it's old. And I put alcohol in it, and I label it, but it's rubbed off. I'm gonna have to label it again, just so I know that there's rubbing alcohol in this one versus water. And I also, I'm just gonna use it like more like a paintbrush. I labeled that as well. The reason why I'm using the alcohol rather than the water is only because the alcohol dries faster. I could certainly use the water, but this dries faster, which worked well for club. All right, so actually, I'm gonna do that again. I'm going to slip this paper underneath so then I can kind of go to my edges. So I'm first just going to do the green, and then I'll go back and blend my colors together. You can see, kind of softens it, makes it look like a watercolor. I can also just lift it up with my fingers. I'm going to go back and get that blue. All right, I think I did most of the green, so now I'm going to start introducing some blue. Trying to be careful not to smudge it since I don't have my eraser up here. Now I could also squeeze my pen, but I'm being lazy. Full disclosure of just dipping it in the alcohol. But the pens work so you can squeeze them and the liquid inside comes through the brush. All right, so now I'm gonna drag some of my color around. It will look nice in a minute. And if you find sometimes the color gets lighter after, especially when you introduce the alcohol, it does get a little lighter. I can always, if I wanted a little bit more blue, you can go back and color on top and then blend it again. A little blue in his face. So I don't know about you, but with coloring, and I love to paint. I could do this for hours. I could just keep adding color, brushing, adding color, brushing. So I'm gonna try to make myself not go back and forth. All right, let's see. I think that might be good. Just trying to even out those brush lines. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I'll let that dry for a second. Close this so I don't spill it. And over there. Dry that. I should have done something else. There we go. So as that will dry, it will kind of pop. So like I said, I cut that already. We need to stamp on the bottom. Oh, actually, you know what else we can do? Hold on, before we do that. Where's my, here it is. We need to do the fish. So what I did for the fish is I just kind of colored and colored like that. So you can kind of see if that blends them together, right? You could use one of your sponge brushes and blend it. You can do, I actually don't want to blend it too much because I kind of like I like the coloration of the fish. Okay. So that's still drying. So let's do this. I'm going to cut my fish because I forgot to do that ahead of time. So, here's my stamp and cut and emboss machine. And let me grab the fish. And I could put alcohol. I'm just going to leave them because you'll see I want kind of them to be different colors. I don't want them too blended. And I need to poke them out. I use this poker all the time. If you don't have one, you need one. You'll find that you use it all the time. So there are my fish. See how they're kind of different colorations? That's what I wanted them to be. All right. So now that's just about dry. I used a lot of alcohol. I know I told you it dries fast. Oh, smudge again. Again, I'm going to fix that after. All right, see, this can be a little messy. Messy, not like an inky messy, but getting chalk on your fingers. So just have a wipe nearby, and that would help you if you just need to clean the smudging. All right, so this says, "You are unique and completely amazing." And I thought that went really well with this seahorse. And it's part of the, I think it's called Frenzel, the seashell one. Is that Frenzel like seashells? I don't know if that's the proper name, but that's the stamp set. You want that big seashell. Okay. And I'm just going to glue this down. I love using different bookmarks for different books. I don't know if you have different books going at the same time or not, but I like to rotate my bookmarks. I actually had a thought, and I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do like bookmarks of the seasons. Have different bookmarks to use for different times of the year. So I'm kind of pushing because you don't want to rub it because then you'll rub your chalk. And I know as a bookmark, I wanted this to pop, it will flatten, but for now I'm just going to have this guy pop up a little bit, and then we'll add our fish. And it's probably hard to see the details, but there's little gills, there's a little face on them. They're like little cut up. You can see a little better on this one. All right, so each one's slightly different, which kind of goes with the saying, "You are unique and completely amazing." And again, that one's wet, so it'll look like those in a second. Okay, so I think that's all I needed to show you with this one. I'm going to film 2 more videos using the pastels, and maybe I might even do another one. But for now, that is your bookmark. So thank you very much for watching, and if you have not visited my blog at mailsomethingpretty.com, please check me out there. Sign up for my mailing list, subscribe to my YouTube channel and Instagram and all that stuff, because I try to put different things on different, sometimes I put the same things, but I try to put different things on different platforms as well, so you get it's not all the same. Thank you again. Have a great day.